Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Runers. So, I actually haven't gone down the next floor yet, if only because didn't really need to technically to start this episode, but anyway, I made an interesting spell. It's called Power Bolt. It's triple shock. It does 27 damage per hit. It's got a 7-second cooldown though. So, kind of ridiculous. Anyway, what are we gonna do? Fire levels, boost up our fusion. Seriously, everything just seems to be kind of working out in our favor here. But, while I won't be using Power Bolt in this run, it definitely does seem like a very fun spell to use at some point in time. No idea when, though. Well, let's just go with the crazy machine gun of fusion. Holy crap. This is... Oh, watch out for that. But, in all seriousness, this is insane and I love it. Oh, those are damage zones, aren't they? Well, whoops. The one problem with fusion, the speed zones that you can put down look a lot like the damage zones that exist elsewhere. Okay, back to Harding's Radiance. Murder, casual murder of everything really quickly. Got a couple of red bones right in the center. Crush them without even seeing what's going on. Okay. And because of all the soul hearts we've been leaving on the ground, we also get back up to full health, which is nice. Because, honestly, I'm really hoping I can take this run all the way to the end. Because, essentially what I'm doing every time I do one of these is... I'm coming up with interesting builds that I would like to succeed, and once I've succeeded with them, I try not to revisit them for at least a long while. Because as it stands, after this run, if we manage to win with fusion, quad fusion, I don't think I'm ever going to revisit it for anything, because at this point there's no better way to run this build, except for maybe starting as the elf. Technically that is the one better way of handling it, but at the same time I can't argue with Providence, and pretty much this entire run was destined to turn out this way. And I'm not the kind of person to believe in destiny, but at the same time it was practically like the game was demanding I do this. Well, let's just set him up, knock him down, wallop him hard. We've got a couple of red bones here and there. Let's see if I can crush them. There we go. Took a little bit of damage, but I think that was just from walking through a damage zone that I thought was one of mine. Okay. Seriously, we are... I'll try. Okay. Wisp Hunter, you ain't getting through today. I'm trying to get the wisps, but the problem is we are not in a good position. We're maybe not going to make it, because unfortunately we do a lot of damage, but we do lose a lot of wisps. I think I have zero room for failure right now, and that puts me in an awkward position. Honestly, these wisps do not wrangle easily. And I can't... Uh-oh. Okay, he moved away. Please, hurry. There we go, got it. Don't know how, but we got it. Okay, and we're gonna get an Earth Rune. And we could do Class Synergy. It's not bad. Toughen. Meh. Or... Underdog. I'm gonna go with Underdog. I'm not entirely sure what the status effect specifically means, but at the same time, you know, just status. The plus 20 armor, or 20% armor is tempting. No, uh-oh, Imp Prime. So I have to worry about this guy more than a little bit. Let's see if I can just go in with a super nukes. Because in this scenario, probably best thing to do is just charge him and destroy, instead of trying to deal with dodging that stuff. We took some damage, but at the same time, we should be able to recover it back, no problem. Okay. In retrospect, I probably should have, ow, ooh. Yeah, watch out for that. Jeez. In retrospect, I probably should have done other things first. Okay, at this point, I'm actually going to go back for some healing. Because between Imp Prime and getting hit really hard by that Earth Mage, well, it hurts. see, what health do we have sticking around? Ah, so we do get some health backs. I'm a little bit leery about how much health we have left around, because unfortunately all those soul hearts that have been dropped are a little bit deceptive. They make it seem like you're in a much better position as far as health goes than you actually are. But I think at least there were a couple of like full-on health packs around. I think there's another soul heart to the left, but I'm gonna get up here first. Oh, we also have some destructibles. I always like it when that happens. That was just a soul heart. Okay, so we're half health, which is bad. I'm gonna have to play a lot more conservatively here. Let's just get through. We'll make it alright, and we're gonna have our class ability for the next couple rooms, so if I take it slow and take it easy, we should be fine. And there won't be any more mini-bosses on this floor, which is good. Mini-bosses can be a little bit on the scary side of things. I'd be really disappointed if I failed this run. Anyway, let's just set him up, knock him down, stay at a distance, if at all possible. Because at the very least we get a bunch of soul hearts, and wow, regular hearts. So, yeah, we'll probably be full health. Probably not at the end of this room, but maybe by the time we leave this floor. Especially if we run into more storage rooms like this. Answer is, had nothing for us. Oh well, not the end of the world, but we can't have many more rooms after this either. I'm getting a lot of errors. I mean, that's always a concern. Whenever you see errors, it's like, is it just gonna crash the game on me? Am I gonna have some serious problems here? Okay, so watch out for the speed mages. They could be problems. Oh, problems. God, Chaos Knights, you're serious dicks. Okay. Shit. I don't know what specifically hit me there, but that hurt bad. That hurt real bad. But, you know what I was talking about with taking it slow, being careful? We didn't. So let's just turbo nuke these guys from a distance, not get hit by a whole lot of red bones. I'm trying. That's a +2 Dark Knight, +1 Dark Knight. And I want to crush the red bones before they start doing things to me. Ow. This is honestly bad. This is real bad. This is real bad. Please drop me some hearts. Things can go south really quickly in this game. I'm just gonna wait, decompress for a little bit. Mostly let my class ability recharge. Oh, I just realized I'm not firing off all of my fusions. I must have accidentally pulled the trigger while panicking. And, I mean, the question is, I could go down to the next floor and hope we live. But at the same time, what I'm gonna do is pop mindlessness, go through, do this, keep my distance, because if I can get at least one health pack, we'll be in a solid enough position to say this was worth it. Okay. Whew. Looks like we get at least a couple of soul hearts, a health pack, 2 health packs. Okay. It was worth it coming in here. Okay. Keep it together, Wander. You got this. Just don't let them get close to you. Don't, especially not the Earth Mages or the Knights. Because between all of those are the dangerous ones. Okay. This room didn't have anything for me. Let's see about the next one. Keep running. Don't get stopped. That's a +3 something or other up there. Which is a concern. Curse beings. Oh. And I don't have good ways of doing damage to him. At least there's a health pack. So, yeah, it ended up being worth it coming in here. And doing all of this is just serious concerns. Okay. And we get a speedrun, and this is the level that never ends. But at the very least, we're making a comeback. Pop mindlessness, and it is a storage room. The answer is nothing. Well, it's good that I didn't go down the stairs. We're still in a tough spot, but we can make a comeback. Especially if I get some kind of Healy type perk. That'd be nice. Let's turn off our auto attacks just so I don't accidentally walk through a damage zone. Because I'm dumb. We'll make it. We'll be fine. I'm gonna go with crit chance. Bullet size is tempting, especially because, you know, bigger fusions. But at the same time, I don't think that's that necessary. And we do fire off a lot of stuff, so, you know, being able to crit is hugely tempting. I'm hoping one of these destructibles is going to be friendly and give us a heart. It might not, though. All signs point to no. Okay, let's get through and quickly pop that. Really glad I did, too. Because, really don't like getting hit by... Oh, geez, they're using Lights Nova on me. Oh, that's not friendly. Managed to avoid it. Almost entirely, though. Looks like we get a health pack and more speed runes. So what I'm going to do is quickly stop, take a breather, and reduce the cooldown on Fusion Prime here. Because if I can get that to have a really short cooldown, we'll be in a really good position. Okay, we also have Mind Runes, which I can put in Mindlessness. And we almost have another triple combiner, which would be good. So I think Mindlessness has been changed, so you can't actually have permanent uptime. Oh yeah, you can. The buff duration is almost equal to the cooldown, so we actually are very close to having, or buff duration, yeah, is almost equal to the cooldown. So we almost have permanent mindlessness. And realistically, if I can get my hands on Grizzly Intellect, I will go for that, because between that and everything else we got available, we're essentially just going to be firing off stuff at an absurd rate. We already do, but it would be even greater. Okay. So the hunters are a bit on the concerning side of things. Wait, that's just a debuff. Okay, so I don't have to worry about those damage zones on the ground, even though they are very concerning to look at. Okay. So... Oh, crap, those are damage zones. Oh, at the very least, we get some health packs along the way. I'm kind of in, like, panic, you know, avoidant mode right now. I'm really concerned that we'll just get smacked by stuff. Just avoid everything. Okay. And we find the stairs down. I was gonna say the dares down, but that doesn't even... What am I saying? Okay. So, I will admit, I'm not using Hardinger Radiance that often here. And I probably could, but it does present some interesting complications if I accidentally use it when I'm too close to an enemy. Let's turn off this just so I don't get hit by the mines, because I can't afford any level of damage. Okay, so we got an event room, and I'm crossing my fingers that it's an easy one. Oh. Okay. This is not... I'm not going to be able to get this one. Huh. It was this one. This one? This one? This one. Huh. Okay. I had to sneeze. I think I'm just gonna guess. It was that one, this one, this one, this. Yes! Okay, there we go. So we can do knockback, speed, rune, double combiner. Ooh. I'm gonna go with defense. We need it. Next up, we also level. None of these are very useful. I'm gonna go with class synergy. It's not great, but it does reduce the duration of our reduce the cooldowns of our buffs, which is nice. Even though I do try and... Jeez. Okay. This is all a little bit on the concerning side. Something's messing with my controls here. I'm not even moving. I'm just being moved, which is a concern. But apparently I didn't take any damage for it, so we got that going for us. Ow. Okay, we took a little bit. They're dead. And those look to be just a pair of regular soul hearts. Damn, I was really hoping for some health packs. Oh well, we get a triple. Boink. What have I never done before? I'm trying to... Okay, cursor is there. So, shock. These three? What's it make? Karen's Whirlpool. Hey! That's the spell I just got hit by. So, large whirlpool that drags all players and enemies inside it. Does minor damage to enemies. Oh, interesting. Not going to keep it around, though. It's cool in concept, but not really necessary to what we're doing. I could add Prismatic Devil to this build somewhere, but I don't really see much of a point to it. I guess it would be good from a buff slash, like, keeping enemies off of me standpoint, but at the same time, it's not enough that I particularly desire it. Let's just womp the hunters from, that's a gateway. Don't want those things running loose. Okay. So we get more water runes, more everything. Whew. We're living. We're not getting a whole lot of hearts anymore, which is a bit saddening. But at the same time, oh, well, I guess use mindlessness to clear out this. Whatever, does not matter. So, I also need to remember to stop putting points into Fusion Prime. You know, the first fusion, just because I think I've actually maxed out the Earth runes that I can put into it without, you know, making it excessive, if that makes any sense. Do we even have anybody else in this room? Oh, they're all over there. Oh, this is not gonna work out well for them. Salvo of Death. And we get a health back. Sweet. We're making it. And things seem to be a little bit easier now that I've, I don't know, made it away from enemies a little bit, which is nice. That's just Harding's Radiance. Go super machine gun, because honestly, as long as I'm far away from everybody... Oh wow, they're all already dead. Oh, that works for me. Jeez. This combo is dumb. Okay, so let's see. Yep. Can't put any more Earth runes into Fusion Prime. Let's just start putting them into secondary fusion, because yeah, that actually does make a fair amount of difference. Bullet size wouldn't be a bad setup either, but at the same time, I got better things to do than put points into either of those. Watch out for the explodey rocks of death and machine gun from a distance. Okay, so we got a bunch of speed runes, bunch of stuff. Harding's Radiance lasts a long time. Also just realized that I can put my extra air runes into Harding's Radiance. Whoops. Oh well, speed rune into this one? Okay. Oh, shoot. Well, I've maxed the speed runes out on that one. I actually already did. Oh, doesn't matter that much. It makes quite the difference, though. So I have a lot of entropy, dark, and water runes. But again, our build is done, so there's really not much of a point to use any of those runes except for making combos. Because I'm not going to be adding anything else to this build. For all intents and purposes, we've had a complete build for levels and levels and levels and levels and levels, which to me is actually really nice. I'm trying to Harding's Radiance, but I think I'm attacking too fast and it's not letting me. There we go. No, Bandit King, you are not making away with all my junk. I like my junk. Whew. Hey, that's it for the stuff too. That's it for the level. And we're leaving the level full health. That is such a relief, especially after last level. Everything was terrifying. Let's turn off these just because we don't need them. I feel relaxed. We're going to be going on to the 3rd floor. Full health. We'll probably still get murdered by the Shade, but, you know, after a certain point, you just kind of stop caring because it's been a good enough run anyway. So, crit chance. At this point, it's got to be like, freaking... I turned off notifications. I seriously turn off notifications every single time I turn on to Steam. And I think every time they patch it, they reset my settings, which is obnoxious. I should probably just make it a habit of playing in offline mode or something, but at the same time, I don't want to... I mean, the phrase is kind of like, you don't negotiate with terrorists, but the reality of the situation is just... It's obnoxious to have to adjust your playstyle just because everybody sends you friend requests. Speaking of friend requests, so I've got a number of invites from random people that I assume watch my videos. And some of you I need to respond to because you actually sent me nice messages, and the answer will probably be yes. But if you want to friend me... Is it... Grizzly and Elect. Level 2 Soul Rep is... tempting, but Grizzly Intellect more so, because this is going to make it so we fire real fast. Like, cooldown on that is short. But that also makes it so mindlessness has a much shorter cooldown and stuff, I think. Okay, but as far as friend requests go, I'm still kind of on the wall about it. To me, it's something that I've... okay. Jeez. This is a serious problem. Sort of. Fusion is not built for this kind of fight. Ow. Ooh. Ow. Okay, I made some mistakes here. I'm the first to admit. With luck, I'll be fine. There we go. Okay. Let's just further reduce our cooldowns. Oh. Also, standing in a flame chain is a bad idea. That's a mine, too. Oh, this kind of sucks. Okay, there we go. Stood in that one. If anything, maybe I should have actually gone for level 2 soul rip. Oh, well. We're probably going to be alright here. But as far as friend requests, I'm really not sure how I want to handle them. Because, honestly, I do enjoy talking to you guys and responding in comments, but at the same time, I am a little bit concerned after a certain point. A, for starters, my friends list will eventually fill up, and I'll have to remove people. B, I'm actually a bit of a... I'm kind of antisocial-ish. Like, it's one of those where it's like, oh, geez, those assassins came out of nowhere. But I'm a bit antisocial, so it's one of those where it's like, it is hard for me to talk to people. And you think, it's like, but you do YouTube, you hang out with a lot of people on YouTube. How can you be antisocial? I think the thing is, I avoid things. I'm trying to put it into words where it doesn't make me sound like I am some kind of hermit. Even though, I guess the point is, I am a hermit. I've had a lot of, I've gotten burnt by a lot of social interaction in the past couple of years, and it's kind of one of those where it's like, after a certain point, I have... Did somebody teleport away? I heard a weird noise. Oh, maybe it was just the debuff. But, yeah, I've been burnt by a lot of social interaction recently in the past, and I don't like the idea of being beholden to people anymore. Which is, I mean, weird. Uh-oh. Don't want to get hit by that. I'm just gonna hang out over here and wall up him before he even gets the chance to hit me. Is everybody dead? Looks like everybody's dead. But I'm still trying to think of how to handle, you know, the friend requests, because I don't mind being friends with people, but A, for starters, I have barely any time. Like, between being a full-time painter, YouTuber, and job hunting, it doesn't leave me a whole lot of time to do things. Pretty much the only things I do anymore that don't involve YouTubing and painting are hanging out with my family specifically, simply because I'm living with them and that won't be a very permanent thing. Like, eventually I will have to move out. Okay, so let's pop some stuff in here. Wow! Oh man, you could really get Powerbolt to have a low cooldown. I've got 3 runes into it, and it's already just shy of half of what it was earlier. And, I mean, realistically, I do have Grizzly Intellect and some other things, but if you were running like a human build, you could probably get Powerbolt to be a, like, maybe not a once-a-second thing, but you could get that to be very, very frequent. That's something I'll have to consider. I mean, it's a solid-looking spell. I just have no room for it right now, because fusion. But, so every once in a while, you know, somebody will ask if I can collab with them. And, geez, that's a weird noise. The unfortunate circumstance is 90% of the time, especially if you're like a smaller YouTuber, and this is going to sound callous, but if I don't know you and I don't know of you, it's harder for me to go out of my way to be like, yes, I will hang out with you. Part of it is because I feel as a larger channel, people are trying to, you know, hang out with me and, you know, gain that. What the hell is that noise? Oh, it's the haunting spirit. Something's glitching out with him. It must have been some kind of weird buff type deal. Well, it's just murder the face. Okay, but, like, the problem is I do it too. Like, I want to hang out with larger channels because it could be a great boost for me. But at the same time, I say no to a lot of smaller channels. And, or I mean, sometimes I just don't answer, which is just not because I don't want to answer, but because I have no idea how I'm going to answer. And that's always been a bit of a concern for me, because it's one of those where it's like, if I can't think of a good, polite response, I have trouble responding. And so I end up skipping out on a lot of things simply because I'm not sure how to handle the situation. At this point, I have stopped talking about runers entirely and am now just kind of ranting about my life. Wow. Whew. We are a machine gun of fusion. I enjoy this. This is a fun build. So, for those of you that have requested to be my friend on Steam, I think what I'll probably start doing until something bad happens is I will probably start accepting friend requests. Sort of. But if it ends up being... Oh, there's the boss room. Well, we're full health. This can only get bad. What the? Ancient laboratory. Okay. Looks like I can just kind of hang out in this corner and fire shots into the center. Okay, it only hits the activated ones, though. Good to know. Oh, it's starting to freak out on me. Not sure what that means, but that's probably not a good thing. But the box. Okay, I'm just gonna hang out over here. I mean, realistically, he's barely doing any damage to me, which is both good and concerning, as usual. So, note to self, don't stand in those boxes. The red flashing screen is concerning to me, if only because it's like, well, let's mindlessness up. Okay, I was trying to do mindlessness earlier, but especially while we're firing fusion as fast as we do, it doesn't always seem to stuff. This is an interesting boss fight. I won somehow. I don't really understand, but that's okay. Okay, so... Oh boy. Okay, so here's the question. Do we go with lucky and increase our luck? Or do we go with another grisly intellect? It has to be done. Okay, so our current cooldowns are, it's like 73%. So currently we're firing one fusion every like 0.3 seconds, just with our base auto attack without Harding's Radiance going on. We are a machine gun, and I'm really enjoying this run. Anyway, back to the topic at hand before we got distracted by the boss fight. I'll probably start accepting them, and it's one of those where it's like, it concerns me because I don't want to burn any bridges by I don't like burning bridges. I guess I keep people at arm's length to a degree so I can't get burnt anymore. And I've heard some actually fairly bad horror stories about, you know, fans having direct access to a YouTuber, and, you know, the fan yells at them about something, you know, suggests a game, at which point the YouTuber's like, yeah, maybe, or just flat out no. Fire levels. Wow. Okay, so we're on to the last level, which is, honestly, this is amazing. We're full health, we do crazy damage, and we're a nuke. It's gorgeous. Let's go in the fire rune. Why not? Okay, so let's pop Mindlessness, Harding's Radiance, and then destroy. I am become death. Destroyer of everything and everyone. Bam! I'm also very glad I went for Soul Rip, because that's going to keep us pretty much topped off at all times. Wow. And our cooldown reduction is so substantial that we can cast Harding's Radiance immediately after casting Harding's Radiance. Let's use Mindlessness, hang out. I didn't even actually pay attention to what room I was going into. I was just like, yeah, let's just go into the next one. And I think largely it's because it doesn't matter. I am indomitable at this point. Let's get that one. This one's cooldown to be super freaking short too. Yeah. I have my doubts about this entire build. Entropy, why not? I'm not entirely sure if I've done entropy before. Whoa, okay, did I get like teleported or something? I'm not entirely sure. It's just the screen flash. Wow. This entire run. I don't really have words for it, and I'm enjoying it. But yeah. No, I'll probably say yes, and what may eventually end up happening is I'll have to make a Steam group or like a chat room. The problem is like Steam chat groups max out at, not Steam, Skype chat groups max out at, I believe it's 25 people. So as my channel grows, that's going to be unsustainable. And apart from like creating some kind of IRC channel, after a certain point, I'm just simply not going to be able to communicate with everybody. And that's honestly kind of my entire reservation, is like, I simply just don't have time to talk to most people. I have trouble having enough time to talk to my fiance, much less everything else. Oh, let's just keep walloping. He hasn't even really hit me at this point, which is great. This is a true sniper build, which is stupid because, well, this has nothing to do with sniping. It's just fusion. It's just the best kind of build. Okay. Harding's Radiance and Mindlessness are off. Let's get that back up and going. And keep just walloping the crap out of him. Wow. I've barely taken any damage from Elementalist here. For a second, I thought that was me. That got concerning. Okay, so we get the Master Rune. Oh, I do have a pair of triple runes. So before we beat the game, let's actually make sure that we can use all of these. So first and foremost, Prismatic Spray shoots forth 6 different colored bullets with 6 different different attributes, with a chance of a 7th. Does a fair amount of damage. It's got a long-ish cooldown, but that could probably be reduced fairly substantially. So I'm actually going to put it in storage for a second. We're going to make Water Entropy, and it's called Jinxie's Mastery. Cast a random single rune spell with increased damage. Increased entropy on Jinxie's Mastery will have increased chance to shoot a single that matches your highest rune level. Huh. Okay. So, goodbye Power Bolt, just for a second. I'm gonna get... Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of Power Bolt. We already seen that it's pretty effective. So what I want to do is pop both of these spells on my bar, seeing as I don't think the boss is getting back up, to reduce the cooldown on Prismatic Spray. And see how they go, because the one thing about Jinxie's Mastery, it says nothing about... Is the Elementalist just going to hang out over there? Okay, so Jinxie's Mastery is interesting. How much damage does it do? It doesn't tell me. So Prismatic Spray is alright. Jinxie's Mastery looks like it would be a really solid spell. Because the thing is, it shoots fast. Like, it doesn't say the cooldown there. But as far as I can tell, it shoots fast. Like, these are, yeah, single rune spells. So all of the basic spells that you start with. But plus 10 damage. I want to see how much that scales, actually. So each water rune increases it by 1. So, yeah, that would essentially give you, you know, Chaos Bolt plus crazy damage, Droplet plus crazy damage, all of which are amazing. So, let's just get rid of Prismatic Spray. There's always the concern that we will just end up having to fight like some secret super boss after Elementalist, which is entirely possible. But we win again! Yay, fireworks! And across the board. So, enough about the chat thing. I'll figure that out. I'll probably start accepting stuff, but I will only accept it if you preface me with a message on YouTube. Otherwise, I'll just ignore it because, I don't know, you could be just a random person that wants to friend me and ask for stuff on Steam. Because there are people that do that frequently enough, and it's annoying. So, again, if you want to talk to me on Steam, send me a message first and I'll okay it. And eventually, if it becomes a problem, I'll probably do some kind of channel updatey type thing and figure out a better solution to have some level of contact with you guys outside of the comments. But for most of you, probably doesn't even matter. So, I will see you guys on the next episode of Runers, where we will go off and do other things, because I loved doing a quad fusion run. Probably my favorite run I've ever done, just because of how nonsense it is. But, at the same time, we got other things to do, new things to discover. And we still have 135 spells to discover. And they're all triples, so this is going to take a while. So, as I was saying, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Runers, and as always, thanks for watching.